Midnight on the window, rain tapping like a warning. You said you loved me yesterday, but I felt something different this morning. Maybe some people don't break your heart, maybe they slowly drain it. You came into my life like a match in the rain, lit up every room while you memorized my pain. You knew every weakness, every place I was scarred, then turned all my secrets into weapons in the dark. I called it love when you called me your possession. Confused your jealousy with some twisted kind of protection. Every time I tried leaving, you pulled me back near, whispered something beautiful and disappeared my fear. But something changed underneath your smile. I started losing pieces of myself after a while. My dreams got quiet and my confidence faded. I became exhausted from the games that you created. You didn't need a knife, didn't need a weapon. You just knew exactly where to aim your attention. You took my energy, took my trust, took my peace, and somehow convinced me that the problem was me. You're a vampire, drinking on my life, keeping me awake through the middle of the night. You take my heart to tell me I'm to blame, leave me standing in the darkness, calling out your name. You're a vampire, but I finally see the person I was losing wasn't somebody else, it was me. I won't let you drain another piece of my soul. I'm closing that door, I'm taking back control. I remember sitting on the floor at 3 a.m. trying to figure out what the real me had been. My phone full of messages, I was scared to read every conversation, turning into something I didn't need. You'd apologize and repeat the same behavior to my forgiveness into another favor. I kept believing every promise you made while you kept moving the boundaries I created. I started walking on eggshells inside my own home, felt surrounded by people but somehow still alone. That's when I realized something painful but true. A relationship shouldn't require me to disappear for you. So I packed up the memories, packed up the pain, walked outside underneath the cold midnight rain. For once I didn't answer when you called my phone, because freedom sometimes sounds like finally leaving alone. You're a vampire, drinking on my life, keeping me awake through the middle of the night. You take my heart and tell me I'm to blame, leave me standing in the darkness, calling out your name. You're a vampire, but I finally see the person I was losing wasn't somebody else, it was me. I won't let you drain another piece of my soul. I'm closing that door, I'm taking back control. Now I'm learning how to breathe without permission, learning that love shouldn't feel like a prison. I don't need revenge, I don't need your regret, I just need to stop repeating what I haven't forgiven yet. You taught me something I never wanted to learn. Sometimes the brightest flames are the first ones to burn. Sometimes the person who says they'll never leave is exactly the person you eventually need to release. I won't call you evil, I won't curse your name, I won't let hatred keep me connected to the pain. That's another kind of chain, and I already know I'm not trading one prison for another one below. So keep your memories, I keep mine too, but I'm finally separating who I was from you. I can love what was good without wanting it back, and walk toward the future without carrying the past. You were the darkness, I was the light. I gave you everything, you wanted more every night. But now the sun is rising through the cracks in my room, and the thing you thought you killed is finally starting to blow. I used to think surviving meant becoming cold. Now I know healing means refusing to be controlled. I don't need another person to validate my worth. I don't need to bleed just to prove what love is worth. If you're hearing this while somebody's draining your soul, remember you are allowed to take back control. Love shouldn't leave you terrified to speak, shouldn't make you feel worthless, helpless, or weak. You don't have to hate them, not walk away. You don't have to explain every decision you make. Sometimes goodbye's the strongest thing you can say. Sometimes choosing yourself is the beginning of change. You're a vampire, drinking on my light, but I'm walking toward the morning, now I'm leaving you behind. You took my heart, but you couldn't take my flame. I survived the darkness and remember my name. You're a vampire, but I finally see the person I was losing wasn't somebody else, it was me. You can keep the night, I'm choosing the sun. The battle is over, I finally won. The rain stops, the city wakes, the mirror looks different. I don't see someone broken anymore, I see someone who survived. And vampires only have power when you stay in the dark. I'm walking toward the light,